There's a moment I'll never forget. I was standing in the middle of the room, holding a wet shirt I had just pulled from the laundry basket. Drops of water fell onto the floor. My eyes stared blankly at the wall, like my brain had forgotten what I was doing. There was no sound, no movement, just one thought echoing in my head. Does anyone even see me anymore? Being a single mom doesn't make you weak, but sometimes it makes you feel invisible. You do everything: earn money, raise your child, keep the house running, put on a brave face for the world. But no one asks if you're okay. No one sees you crying behind closed doors. No one knows how hard you fight just to stay standing. And over time you start to believe it too, that you don't matter anymore. But here's the truth. You are not invisible. You've just forgotten to see yourself. So today, I want to remind you, not with loud motivation or empty quotes, but with things that are real, that live in your daily life. Things that prove you still matter. First, you are the one person your child trusts more than anyone else. Not their teachers, not their friends, not even their grandparents. Even when you're tired, even when you're frustrated, even when you feel like you're failing. I remember one time, my child was bullied at school. He didn't tell anyone, not the teacher, not even his friends. But that night, as I was folding clothes in silence, he walked over, hugged me, and said, "Mom, today was really hard. I didn't do anything extraordinary. I didn't have the perfect words. But I was there. And to my child, being there was everything." If you've ever felt like you're not enough, please remember, you are your child's safest place. That alone makes you worthy. Second, you're still moving forward, even when no one notices. Have you ever wiped away tears while changing diapers? Held back pain so you could read bedtime stories? Swallowed heartbreak from a message you shouldn't have seen, just so your child wouldn't feel your sadness? That is strength. You don't do it for praise. But let me tell you something. Every quiet step you take is proof that you're stronger than you realize. There were days I thought I had failed at everything. But when I looked back, I realized I'd survived cold winters alone. I'd taken care of my child through sickness with no backup. I'd gotten out of bed the next morning, even when the night before broke me. If that's not strength, what is? And here's one more thing. You are not as alone as you think. I know. Single motherhood can feel isolating. You lie awake in bed wondering where your life went. You scroll through your phone but don't feel like messaging anyone. You wish someone, just one person, would ask how you're really doing. Well, here I am. I see you. And beyond me, there are thousands of moms like you, trying their best, fighting quiet battles, hoping for light. Maybe one of them is watching this right now, breathing deeply, wiping a tear. Maybe you're not alone after all. You are not invisible. You're just in a moment where no one's shining a light on you. But that doesn't mean you're not there. You are. And you matter. I once sat in the middle of my living room, surrounded by toys and unpaid bills, holding my head in my hands while my child slept. It wasn't the first time I felt like I was failing. And I knew it wouldn't be the last. As single moms, we carry so much, and yet we often ask ourselves, am I ruining everything just because I don't know how to be a perfect mom? You couldn't afford a birthday party. You snapped at your child because you were exhausted. You fell asleep during a parent-teacher conference because you worked a double shift the night before. You feel like a burden. But let me say this clearly. You don't have to be perfect to still be worthy. You are allowed to be tired. You are allowed to make mistakes. You are allowed to not have all the answers. And you still matter. One night, I yelled at my child. I was overwhelmed, and I lost my patience. I felt horrible. I sat down and cried. I said sorry. And my child, barely 6 years old, hugged me and whispered, "I love you anyway." I've never felt so small. And I've never felt so loved. We keep thinking we have to do everything right to earn love. But no. It's our trying, even when it's messy, that builds trust and connection. You've survived so many things. You've picked yourself up again and again. You've faced loneliness, judgment, and doubt. Yet you're still here. Don't measure your worth by how well today went. Measure it by the fact that even in your worst moment, you still care. You still show up. You still love. There were mornings I looked in the mirror and didn't recognize the woman staring back at me. Dark circles, hair in a mess, eyes that didn't shine anymore. I wasn't the girl I used to be, the one who had dreams, who believed in love, who painted her nails red just because she felt pretty. I had become someone who survived, someone who carried too much, someone who forgot to smile for herself. And then one day, my child drew a picture. It was me, standing in the sun, holding a cake, with the biggest smile. Below the picture, they wrote, "Mom is my sunshine." I cried, not because it was cute, but because I realized, even when I forgot who I was, my child never did. You may lose a lot, time, energy, dreams, friendships, but one thing no one can ever take from you is this: the love you gave. The kind that stays in people's hearts long after the world has stopped watching. You don't need someone to rescue you. You are the miracle. No one taught you how to keep going when life fell apart. But you did. No one showed you how to heal when love walked away. But you learned. No one picked you up when you fell. But you stood back up, alone. And that's not weakness. That's power. You are proof that courage doesn't always shout. Sometimes it whispers, "I'm still here," as you pour cereal in the morning, or pack lunch after crying all night. If today feels heavy, if you feel like no one notices you, please hear me when I say this. I see you. You matter. You are loved. You still belong here, even on your hardest days. If these words touched something in your heart, leave a comment. Let me know you're still here, still breathing, still trying. Hit the like button if you felt seen. Subscribe if you want someone to remind you that you're not invisible. Not ever. You deserve love, even in your darkest days.